If you've been watching my tower ranking videos, you'll notice that tier 1 towers are so good. We're gonna dive into why they're so good in Warhammer 3 battles. In terms of raw damage, tier 1 towers look weak, but those stats are typically for 4 missiles, meaning they actually have the highest raw damage per cost. Only in some cases do we see tier 3 or tier 4 catch up in damage by cost in bigger or longer battles, and that's usually because of explosive damage, which means the missile gets more than just the raw damage dealt because of splash effects on other units. In those cases, it's often because those are accurate tier 3 and 4 missiles. Now, we don't have visible accuracy stats, but shooting 4 times the number of projectiles means tier 1 tower misses here and there don't matter as much, whereas tier 3 and 4 shots can often be completely wasted if they miss a target entirely. And you might be thinking, sure, these are custom battles and just numbers on paper. How much does that actually matter in campaign? That's really going to depend on the faction, playstyle, and map. Is it so good to just build a boatload of tier 1 towers? If you're on a map with an army where you can comfortably hold multiple capture points so that you can put tier 1s everywhere, then yes, do that. For most factions and against most enemies, you'll benefit from just having more towers firing. What's also nice about this tactic is your enemies have more potential targets to waste their time on, and you can rebuild for little cost. There are a few exceptions where tier 3 towers stood out though, because you can add that explosive damage but at a smaller supply cost than tier 4. These are usually the accurate towers. I'm not sure if it's animations or what determines their accuracy, but some tier 3s just hit more often than others. So if you want to play like a regular human and hold all the capture points, spam tier 1s. But if you're like me and you like to see giant hordes of enemies slam against your frontline defenses, use some of your supplies to build barricades so your enemies only path into your units. Then build a tier 3 tower overlooking this glorious barrage and watch the world burn. It's oh so good, so good. If you want to catch up on which races have viable higher tier towers, check out this playlist.